Okay. I think we're back. I sent an invite to Summer, who's here. Sorry about that. Looks like no one's joined us yet. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let me also I restarted the router. I cannot believe that happened.
That sucks, but like you can't control that kind of stuff though. I think it's
Yeah.
fine.
I never created a StreamYard faster in my entire life there.
I know, I was like, that was speedy.
Let's see. I'm gonna post it on Instagram just in case. Oh, come on. Okay, I see people are trickling in. That makes me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here we go. Share link. Okay.
We both did the peace sign at like the same time.
We're back.
I love it.
Let's see. Oh, Lena's in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Join us again. Okay. I see we have roughly around the same amount of people before the technical issues. I think it's because my husband got home, his phone connected to the Wi-Fi. He turned on the TV, which is connected to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, just like overwhelmed it.
You ruined my book club. So he's like, I'm sorry. Okay, so we'll just continue. Sorry about that, everyone. But as far as characters, any of the other townspeople you feel like you want to go over? I feel like we kind of covered everything.
I hated the lady. Are these the same people? The beekeeper lady and like the store lady?
I think so.
I hated her. I did not like her. She was so annoying. And she was like the evil mother-in-law, is what it felt like.
Yeah, I got those vibes too. I also thought it was really creepy. Again, I get it because Gwen told me this. I was like, I get it. But you mean to tell me Calvin's celebrating his 30-something birthday party, but yet you invite his old townsperson doctor to a birthday party? I just feel like that was
Literally.
so weird.
Yeah. No, the doctor was so cringe. I can see all the comments. Everyone's like, the doctor. No.
The doctor.
Mm-hmm.
WTF. The uncle that just shows up in her bed, that was creepy.
So creepy. Here's my thing though. I felt like the uncle added nothing to the plot or the story other than just he was another creepy person. But you could have taken him out and it would have been the exact same story.
Yeah.
So that kind of bugged me. I was like, why is this even in here? But yeah, he was very creepy. I did not like him.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I felt like even with him dying at the end, I was like, am I supposed to feel bad or happy? Because I was like, I really feel like he added nothing to the story.
Yeah, for real.
The doctor was creepy, weird, and gross. I think the only not creepy person was that sheriff, and he was also completely incompetent. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I feel like the only person in the town that was normal was the sheriff or the cop or whatever. But I think it's because he was also new to the town. So that's what made me think all the other townspeople were in on it.
Yeah.
So the bee attacked him.
It's like Bridgerton up in here.
Yes. Okay. Probably my favorite topic for the night is red flags.
Yes.
Everyone feel free to just completely name off everything. But before we start naming them off, what do you think the biggest red flag was for you, Summer?
I would say when she finds out there's no cell reception or Wi-Fi, that's an immediate
Yep.
I'm leaving and going and staying somewhere where there's Wi-Fi kind of a thing. If you can't contact anybody, that's just like a recipe for disaster.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought my biggest red flag was the lingerie that was left over from the previous attendant.
Yes. I forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, huge red flag.
Um,
Also, not having a lock on the door.
oh yeah, that was really weird, especially if you're
Yeah.
running an Airbnb. I feel like, or even like a bed and breakfast, like even if it wasn't like an Airbnb and stuff like that, like I feel like that's
Mhm.
still like what?
Well, and then he installs the lock on the outside, even though he's supposed to be kind of like a handyman type of guy. Like,
Mhm.
you don't mess that up unless it's on purpose. But she still was just like, oh, it's fine. But I guess it's because she literally is a predator too. So, like, yeah.
I did also want to mention, um, let's see, oops, that our lovely Gwen easily pointed out a lot of red flags at the beginning. So, like on page 14, the padlock on the basement. That's weird. The woman's clothes left over in the room, the broken window in her room, no cell service or Wi-Fi, her car acting up. That was also kind of weird. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Let's see. She also listed in the next section, number 6, the woman screaming, jolting you out of sleep.
I forgot about that.
um, the don't worry, I got you. I'll always have you line.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'm trying to think. Did she list any other ones? Oh yeah, she continues. Missing woman. No lock on her door. Yeah. I see
Mm-hmm.
a lot of onion references. Um, the girl is hiding that the girl in hiding that Grace let let go with. Also, the girl in hiding that Grace lets go. Oh, I guess at the end of the book.
Yeah, like the girl that she lets out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Crazy.
the whole book is a red flag.
Yeah.
Other ladies' underwear in the drawer,
Mm-hmm.
um, the onion monologue, the lock on the basement door, the existence of these characters is the biggest red flag, to be honest. Kayla, I love this. The guest book in the basement with the last girl's name on it, Run.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I personally was very underwhelmed when we got to the basement.
Same.
Like,
100%.
I just, I don't know. I felt like he should have just locked that stuff up in his own room and there should have just never been a basement, to be honest. I felt like there was
Yeah.
nothing that big of a deal to conceal.
Well, I think that we were talking about it, and you were like, I would have liked it way better if she would have just found the book somewhere upstairs in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally agree. Like, the basement wasn't even really a thing.
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
was
it to be way
thinking,
creepier.
yeah, like I'm trying to think like what is so big that you have to put in the basement? But she literally finds pictures of the old guy that happens to be the uncle and then the guest book.
Yeah. Which, why would you keep a guest book in the basement anyway? Like, a guest book is yours. I mean, I guess it has evidence in it, but like,
Right.
I don't know.
And when would she have signed that book like all the other victims?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A little plot holy, but
The onion monologue that will forever live in my nightmares. Hello, thanks for joining our part 2. Um, I was offended that my name was in that book. How rude. Oh yeah, there was a character named Kayla. Calvin outside her door at night. Creepy red flag. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yep. Or like
Yeah.
him waiting for her out every morning, like he was reading the newspaper and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's creepy. Not in a
Yeah.
cute way at all.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. This one is from Gwen. Let's see. What is your most cringe quote?
I said the onion quote, and I was like, why are we quoting Shrek right now? Like,
Yeah,
it was the most
exactly.
random thing, and it was so weird and creepy.
Yeah. Actually, does someone, let's see. I actually want to look up the exact wording of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's in chapters 9 through 16. If anyone has that quote ingrained in their head, feel free. But yeah, it was something like how she's like in layers, and he needs to peel back those layers like an onion and stuff like that.
Literally quoting Shrek.
Shrek, yeah, exactly. I would love to have asked Jeneva Rose and like, did you quote Shrek?
I think she probably did it on purpose to like troll us or something. Like she just
Probably.
wanted to have something funny in her book.
Probably. The first word on page 1 to the last word at the end. I love it. Let's see. Mine most cringy was something along the lines of like what Gwen said, don't worry, I got you, I'll always have you. But it was like, don't worry, I won't let you go. I'll never let you go. And I'm like, chills. Absolute chills.
So creepy.
If anyone else remembers a quote, feel free to comment that in the chat as well. All right, so let's get into the plot twist. What are your thoughts and feelings, and how would you describe the big reveal?
So Jesse and I, after our like reading sprints, we were talking about it for a minute. We were kind of like talking about our thoughts about where it could go, what the plot twist could be. And as we were just kind of like saying far-fetched things, we kind of, mainly Jesse, put together what the plot twist was. And so I feel like that kind of ruined it for me a tiny bit. Like I think if I wouldn't have known the plot twist, I don't think I would have guessed it on my own. Maybe I would have suspected, but I don't think I would have been super spot on, and I wouldn't have been expecting it. I feel like if I hadn't known, I maybe would have rated it a little bit higher.
Yeah, I'm sorry I ruined it.
Well, no, I don't think you ruined it because it was still really fun to like talk about it. And also it was like, I don't know, like I was kind of going there too. So I don't know.
We had like other theories because like the missing girl's sister is the one that called in that she was missing. So we're like, maybe Grace is the sister, and stuff like that. Like that was a theory. And then I was just like, what if he's a serial killer and she's a serial killer? And then you were like, that would be like the greatest plot twist ever. And then like that was actually the plot twist.
Because I've never read anything like that before. Like I thought it was a really clever plot twist. And I really like the plot twist. That's the only like reason that I'm giving it kind of a higher rating than I maybe would have. Like the plot twist was really cool, and I don't know, I thought it was really interesting. Also, the freaking heads in the closet. Yes. That's the energy that I wanted throughout the rest of the book. Like, or like a little bit earlier on. Like I needed that energy.
Yeah. Terrifying. And going to that, like her like imagining like all of the like stuffed animal heads on the walls and stuff like that. I was like, there's gotta be something going on with that. But if anyone doesn't know what the plot twist is, basically Calvin does have the missing woman in a shed in the back of the woods that apparently no one else in the town knows about. Even though they just wander his property all the time. And basically he kind of collects his house guests and stuff like that. But it turns out that Grace is actually Avery, and she's kind of like an assassin, or like I guess she kind of goes after bad guys. Like it's definitely like a good for her type of book.
Yeah. Just like female serial killer.
Yeah, female serial killer. Yeah, so I feel like that was really great. Yeah, I thought that was like, after I realized, I'm like, okay, he's definitely got her. I loved that. Not only did she just survive like every other woman, but she was actually after him too, in a way.
In the first place, yeah. Because she was saying like in the Airbnb, like when she was booking it, she's like, I could see it in his eyes, and I knew that's who I was going to go after. I was like, oh my gosh. Also, I knew the second that he was drinking the coffee in the morning when she was up waiting for him, and he was like, it tasted a little bit different. I was like, oh, she put some drugs in there.
Yeah, I didn't know at all. I was just I was like, oh, she's actually gonna leave. Okay. I knew there was something up with Grace, but I did not expect her to be a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it coming and hated it. I wanted so much more. Wasn't trying to figure it out. I thought Grace was the sister at one point too. Okay, cool. Really enjoyed it. Her plate ready for her head. I don't understand, but oh wait, is it like the closet full of heads? Maybe that's what's referenced.
Oh, yeah, the plaque. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, because he had a blank plaque in
With
the
her,
closet that was ready for her. Yeah.
that's so creepy. Ugh.
Yeah.
The last chapter made me so annoyed. Like this book had romance happily ever after. Well, maybe not with Calvin. Maybe her husband.
Yeah, like her just like going home and like living her life happily
Yeah.
ever
You're
after
like,
after
oh,
she just like,
Calvin
killed the
conference.
guy.
Honestly, that's what I've been trying to do with my thrillers nowadays. Just be in it for the ride and not try to figure anything. So like as I was reading this, I was like, I don't want to say this is so bad, but that's like the best way I could describe it. Like this is so bad that it's good, and I just like have to see it to the end. Like it's I wouldn't even say it's well, I know probably Kayla and Lena will probably say it's bad, but like I really enjoyed it. The ending was kind of lame, I think. Like, why does she have to have a supportive family? Why can't she be a creepy basement dweller like with a white van like every other sociopath?
I actually really love the trope of like a seemingly normal person, especially like a
Mhm,
wife, being a serial killer because like I loved My Lovely Wife.
mhm,
I liked that trope in Finley Donovan, even though I didn't love Finley Donovan. I loved that that was a trope that was happening. I
mhm.
think it's fun and interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I
Hmm.
agree. I'm not sure if the husband knew when she came home or did he. I think he made a
I
comment
don't.
like, "How was your conference?"
Yeah, like I don't think he knows.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
I don't know. Def left it open for a sequel though, which makes probably the next question. Let's see. Would you read a sequel if there was one for Avery?
No.
No.
I honestly, I think I'm kind of done with this author. I think that like if I liked this author better and her writing and stuff better, I think I'd be like, "Oh yeah, give me a sequel." But like cuz the sequel could be a fun premise, but just because I haven't had luck with this author, I don't think I would read it. Yeah. I
Oh,
know. I'm
man.
sorry.
I would. I would. I don't think I would
Mhm.
like it as much because, like, you already know that they're bad. So now,
Mhm.
like, what other plot twist? There was another book that was very similar. Hang on. It was a sequel too. I was like, you already know how everything. Oh my gosh, what was it?
Is it the sequel to The Housemaid?
No.
Okay.
Well, I haven't read that one, so I don't know.
Okay. I
Um,
haven't either, but
let's see. There was another one. I'm just like, well, how am I gonna like this? And I did end up liking it, but I just don't see how I could like it. But I would read the sequel. Gwen would read the sequel, would read a sequel for sure. I would love a sequel. You're just on the wrong side of the
I
fence.
know. I'm the odd one out.
Um, so this one says if the book ends with Grace, us discovering that Grace is actually Avery and she has her own life, do you feel like so when I was reading this book and she goes back to the gas station and gets her ID, and that's when you realize she's Avery and she like blows up the gas station, which I felt like was a bit much.
Yeah.
But I personally feel like the book should have ended right there. We didn't have to have two more chapters where she goes home and to her kids and her husband. What were your thoughts on that?
I would agree with that. I kind of didn't mind the
Mhm,
her us finding out that she had a family, and was pretending to be like a normal person, but I agree with you. I think it could have ended there and been kind of like cryptic and kind of
mhm.
like is it called an ambiguous ending?
Yeah.
What's the word? Yeah, kind of open-ended or something. I don't know. I think it could have been
Mhm.
fun.
Right.
Mhm.
This one was submitted by Sandra, but do you think you would get a remote Airbnb after reading this one?
Absolutely not.
No?
Maybe, like, with Travis, if he was with me and, like, maybe if we had, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, if, like, knew for sure.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
don't
would
know.
not travel alone,
No.
at least not for fun, at least.
Mm-mm.
But I think, like, I'm not I mean, if I have friends or my husband, obviously, like you said, I would rent an Airbnb,
Mhm.
but not by
Maybe
myself.
not
Huh?
yeah, well, I was gonna say maybe not, like, in the middle of nowhere kind of a thing.
Yeah, and if there was the owner just gonna be hanging around and acting super creepy and sketch, I would want an immediate refund.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Let's see. Brandon liked the last chapter. I don't think so. So give me the Marriott. The beginning of the book would make for a decent start to an adult film. You're not wrong, Lena. The thirst is so real.
Yeah.
I think the book should have ended with her freeing the girl from the shed and implying that no one would have known if she was a cold-blooded killer or just acting in self-defense.
Mm.
That's true. That's true. I do
Yeah, I can
think
see that.
it's interesting that she went back to the same gas station that the guy gave her the creeps, which people were saying the guy at the gas station was giving her the creeps. I did not get the creeps from that, but that was just me.
Mm.
But I feel like it was like a full circle in a way. And I feel like that's why I should have ended there.
Mhm.
Let's see. Before we give out our final star rating, do you have any other questions or things to add to the discussion that we haven't talked about already?
Yeah, this one's, like, a little bit, like, off topic from the book, but if you were going to get an Airbnb, like, just for fun, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be safe, where would you want to travel to and stay?
Oh God. Okay. Just because it's going to be Wyoming. No, I'm just joking. I would say Alaska. Like I feel like that is just one place I
Ooh,
would love to go to. So,
yeah, I love that.
where would you go?
I I think I would pick Japan just because that's one of my, like, main places that I would love to travel
Oh, okay.
to.
I was
Yeah, they have
thinking
some nice Airbnbs. Oh, I mean, yeah, US too, though. US, I probably would go to Washington.
Washington. Okay. If I
Mhm.
could go international, I would love to go to Greece.
That would be so
I
pretty, like,
just
stay,
want to
like, in
go.
a villa or something.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The setting for a
Yeah.
perfect thriller, a villa. Exactly.
Literally.
I got the creeps at the beginning, but when she sees him again, he didn't seem creepy at all at the gas station.
Mhm. Yeah.
You mean you wouldn't throw a dart on a map and settle for Wyoming? I mean, she said if I was going to be safe, obviously that's not safe. So, all right, final final star rating. What are you rating it?
I think I'm gonna go with a 2.5.
No.
I know, it was very like, I disliked it more than I liked it, but, like, it was fine, you know? Um, the ending definitely was fun to read, so, like, it had that going for it,
Mhm.
but not a new all-time fave, but also not the worst thing I've ever read.
Mm, Sandra gave it 5. Lena, I still want to know your star
Yeah,
ratings.
Lena,
Is
tell us.
I'm giving it 5 stars. I
Really?
loved this book. I don't think it's like an all-time favorite, but it could end up on my favorites of the year.
Yeah.
Probably really low, but I loved this. I felt like it was so unsettling. I feel like it was fast paced. I was
Yeah.
constantly like, what the hell are these people doing?
I love that for you. I'm so glad that it was, like, such a winner. That's
I know.
awesome.
I think this is my favorite book club pick that
Really?
it can't be my favorite because I will say Lucinda Berry being actually on my live show
Yeah.
tops everything, but this is my
Mhm.
second one. So, but yeah,
I'm glad I picked a good one then.
you did well. Good for me, not for you. uh, Gwen loved it. She's giving you the side eye.
I know.
Stars. Okay. Well, thank you again for being my co-host.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. Let me go get to the next book. We will be reading The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda for June. And the book club discussion will be, sorry, I should probably know this stuff. Let's see, live show information. It will be on June 29th. It will be on a Thursday. So sorry, Elena. But this will be my last Thursday night. So yeah, me and Elise from A Virgo Rising Reads, who was here earlier, well, on the other live stream. But we will be discussing this book. So make sure you check out Discord down below so you can join all the fun. And again, me and Summer and Elise will actually be on Keisha's channel for some more reading sprints, feeling like summer. Yeah, let's see. Definitely your favorite book club pick. Well, you have not read all of my book club picks, Gwen, except for this year. And December's, because you were the co-host at that time. Very curious to see what y'all think of this one. I added Don't Go Down There. Yes, if you like another creepy basement, I just finished that one. That one's really, really good. Yeah, and I actually gifted a copy to Quinn, and she actually got it today, and she was not expecting to get it. So you're welcome, Gwen. Yeah, anything else you want to add or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Well, again, thank you so much for being my co-host. I'm so excited you were my host.
I know. I'm so glad I could finally be a co-host with you.
Make sure you go follow Summer. There's nothing in the description of this live show because I was trying to get this one up after all the technical issues. But if you go to the first one or type in seasons readings, you'll find Summer. But I'm going to put her information, or you can go to Discord and find everything. So, but yeah, we'll go ahead and end for tonight. And I guess we will see everyone in another video or live show. Bye, everyone.
Bye.